Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one of the missing men at Laurel Lake was found safe yesterday. And Kentucky's Attorney General showed off his plans to increase public safety in the Commonwealth if he is selected governor.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:32 on July 12th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Now I'm excited. I feel like we've been a little spoiled the last couple days with great weather. It was a little warm yesterday and it's going to be warm today, but
it's going to be warmer today than it was yesterday.
Yes, just enjoy the sunshine though today while we have it.
Exactly, because it's going to change tomorrow and we're going to start to see the heat build in today. So one more nice day. I almost tried to say last and nice same time. I almost come out as lice, but one more last nice day before the rain makes its way back to the region. Some fog still out there this morning downtown Whitesburg. Some folks traveling there on Main Street, so some patchy dense fog. Be careful out there. 62 down that way. 59 Hazard, Manchester, Wise, and Jacksboro. 57 Grundy and Jonesville. 58 in Middlesboro. 55 in Clintwood. 65 Jackson and Monticello this morning. 64 Prestonsburg and Pikeville. Dew points in the 60s in some locations. You get above 60, it starts to get a little bit sticky out there. So again, just be aware of that as we travel through today. Today's breakdown 89. It's going to be a scorcher out there today. Heat precautions, please. Don't want to see anything happen to anybody. We're looking at no rain chances today, but we will see those rain chances return as soon as late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Latest forecast on the way in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon. One man has been found, but another is still missing at a lake in southern Kentucky. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office had a missing person case on one while multiple search and rescue crews look for the other on Laurel River Lake near Corbin. The sheriff says Gary Bowling has been found safe, but a 51-year-old remains missing. And officials say a search operation is underway. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the search efforts.
An extensive search effort entered its fifth day Tuesday.
I had about 5 different agencies come, some of them from different states even.
For a man that friends say disappeared after being in the water.
He's 51. He was out here with his buddies trying to fish, and he happened to jump in and just didn't come back up.
At one time, officials thought it was possible there were 2 missing people in the same area, but after 3 o'clock Tuesday, the other man, a 63-year-old, came home safe. Search operations resumed for the other, with help coming in from multiple agencies with a variety of different kinds of equipment.
Most of the agencies that are coming in are bringing divers. So we've got divers that are going into the water. We've got an underwater camera that's checking the deeper parts of the water.
Officials say the man's friend saw his life jacket, but not him, leading to advice they often give when conducting searches like this.
Other than wear your life jacket, definitely wear your life jacket when you're out on this water.
In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
We do not know the circumstances of what happened with the 63-year-old man who had been reported missing this week, just that he is now reported safe. A warning to parents this morning from the Fayette County coroner after the drowning of an 18-month-old from Breathitt County. The Lexington Herald reports Elena Johnson was taken to UK hospital after a drowning incident in Breathitt County. She was pronounced dead at UK. The Fayette County coroner is pleading with parents to keep watchful eyes on their children and make sure they have flotation devices to prevent another tragedy. Johnson's funeral is scheduled for today in Jackson. One Whitley County woman was sentenced to 6 years in state prison on 2 counts of trafficking and meth. 54-year-old Jonah Crasium of Williamsburg pleaded guilty in Whitley Circuit Court last Friday. Police say in August 2021, Crasium sold meth twice, and when she was served with an arrest warrant, more meth was found inside her home. A Virginia man was sentenced to 10 years in jail for burglarizing 2 houses in Lee County, Virginia. Stoney Bailey of Pennington Gap was sentenced Monday. After Bailey's 10-year term from active detention, he will be on indefinite supervised probation. He was charged by the Lee County Sheriff's Office after 2 reports of break-ins in the western part of the county. A wanted fugitive from out of state was taken into custody in Laurel County. 31-year-old Tylen Davis of Bedford, Indiana was reportedly seen off of Love Road 2 miles north of London Monday. When deputies began an investigation, officers say Davis got away on foot. Police say he left behind a backpack and tossed suspected meth into tall grass nearby. Following a struggle with officers, he was taken into custody. A Breathitt County elevator broke in last year's flooding and is still broken nearly 1 year later. But yesterday, Pleas for Help caught the attention of Governor Andy Beshear. Lucy Bryson was in Breathitt County as Governor Beshear addressed the situation.
So our first announcement today has been a long time coming. We've been working for months with Mayor Jackson to rehabilitate the Federal Place apartment complex.
A solution residents in this apartment complex in Jackson have been waiting for.
It's aggravating, and it feels like we're just abandoned.
Governor Beshear presented $538,000 to go toward repairing the Federal Place apartments. The money will replace the elevator that's been broken for nearly a year due to the July floods.
Now the only way I see anybody is I've got one friend that comes up and then my son, and that's it.
Kathy Bays Alberts lives at Federal Place Apartments. She says she's been stuck in her home because she can't use the stairs. She spent the last year complaining to management, speaking with WKYT multiple times, and even withholding her rent, demanding a fix.
It's getting really discouraging. I just wish we had a working elevator because it went out July the 28th, and a year later we still don't have a working elevator.
Now, with the funding, her complex will soon get a new working elevator.
When we build back, we build a little bit smarter. So this elevator's operating device will be moved to the rooftop. So that means if there is another flood, it will not knock out that elevator from operation.
Giving Kathy and her neighbors a glimpse into a future of freedom.
Thank you very much, Andy Beshear, or Governor Beshear.
In Breathitt County, Lucy Bryson, WKYT.
The money will also help repair 2 other apartments that were also damaged during the floods. During the governor's visit to Jackson, he also presented funding for other projects. The governor says that Eastern Kentucky has done a lot for this nation, not only in how to navigate natural disasters, but by the way of natural resources. The governor and local leaders say they are excited to see federal funds working in the county to improve the quality of life for Eastern Kentuckians.
The people of Eastern Kentucky deserve the very best. They help power this country, build the Industrial Revolution, the strongest middle class that the world has ever seen. They help power us through 2 world wars. The people of Eastern Kentucky deserve reinvestment.
The funds the governor presented in Jackson yesterday will be split between the Breathitt County Courthouse and the Federal Place apartments, the Jackson Playground, and road repairs. While Andy Beshear was in Eastern Kentucky, Attorney General Daniel Cameron made stops in Louisville and Lexington yesterday, sharing his new public safety plan. Samantha Valentino has all the details of the plan and the governor's reaction to it.
Daniel Cameron says he believes his 12-point safety plan will have a direct impact on the safety of Kentuckians and the morale of the state's law enforcement community.
Public safety is the first responsibility of government. When we don't have safe streets, our economy and our schools suffer. Every Kentuckian has the right to live and move freely around their community without fear.
In his plan, Cameron calls for the passage of a statewide wiretapping law, mandatory DNA collection for arrests on the, quote, most heinous crimes, the addition of a new KSP post in Louisville, and giving the death penalty to those who kill police officers, something he says he hopes will send a strong message.
We want our law enforcement community to understand that they are protected and that they are cared for because they protect and serve our communities across the Commonwealth.
He also plans to work with the General Assembly to develop a $5,000 recruitment and retention bonus for law enforcement.
And unlike the governor, I'm not offering talking points and empty promises. I'm offering Kentuckians specific, hard-hitting solutions.
We asked Governor Beshear for his thoughts on Cameron's plan.
As governor, I've not just talked about supporting law enforcement. I've gotten our Kentucky State Police the largest raise they've ever gotten. Daniel Cameron wasn't there, didn't push for it.
Beshear also said in his time as AG, he sued more opioid manufacturers than any other AG in the nation.
Cameron says his campaign has already consulted with House and Senate leadership on these issues, adding he's optimistic his plan will make it through the legislature. In Lexington, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Cameron's plan also includes blocking civilian review boards from getting subpoena power, reforming the state's parole board, and increasing penalties for drug traffickers who kill Kentuckians.
6:42 here on this Wednesday morning. We're taking a beautiful look at Buffalo Mountain. Let me step this way so you can kind of see the blanket of fog that is across our region this morning, and you see the sun coming up behind it. So it's a nice little day out there. 59, a little cool here in Hazard this morning. Manchester as well, down into Jacksboro, all at 59, 58 Middlesboro, 59 in Wise, 57 Grundy, and Jonesville, 55 in Clintwood. But you see some low to mid 60s out there across most of the region. Your out the door forecast for today, heating up, 89 this afternoon. It's going to be a warm day. It's going to be one more dry day, so get out there and enjoy the sunshine before those rain chances come back tonight and tomorrow. Olivia?
Thanks, Brandon, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:43, still to come on Mountain News this morning. You might be planning your beach trip for the end of the summer, but beachgoers right now are saying the water is too hot.